Hey, there we are live on Brunch with Brian this morning. And today I want to talk about it's Use Your Common Sense Day today. But when you think about any business and you think about approaching it sensibly and rationally, you realize that so much of any business comes down to the numbers. And so that's when we get back. If you're going to use your common sense in real estate investing or any business, you are going to start by trying to establish what we call KPIs. So today I want to talk about your KPIs for success as a real estate investor. So what do you have to do? What do you have to, what kind of forces do you have to marshal in order to be successful in real estate? What's the successful formula for real estate investing? Now you guys know that one thing that I repeat frequently is stick to the steps, stick to the scripts, and stick to your schedule. So if you really want, the basic formula for success in this business, that's it. Stick to your steps, and all the steps are in your what to do manual. There's your quick start daily plan, your what to do launch plan for the first 30 days. So that's your step-by-steps to follow for the first 30 days, getting set up and getting trained up. And then when you are doing deals, you're following the deal step checklist. And those are all in the what to do manual. You should print a bunch of those and read them over and be familiar with all the steps. There's 36 steps to a creative financing deal. You should be generally aware of them. That would be a good assignment for today. Go in your what to do manual and look up the creative financing step-by-step checklist and read it over. Okay, that's your steps. So when we say stick to the steps, that's the steps to get a deal done. Now there's some other steps generally that you have to do to get your business set up and all that, and that's in the what to do quick start plan. That's your quick start plan for your first 30 days. So that'll take care of the steps that you need. So all the steps are written out for you and right in the what to do manual. After that, stick to the scripts. All the scripts are in the what to say manuals, what to say to sellers and what to say to buyers, and then stick to your schedule. So do you have a posted schedule? That's a question I ask a lot of our student investors as they're starting off. Have you posted your schedule yet? Okay, so what does that mean? That means you gotta create a schedule where, I don't care if it's written on a scrap of paper and it says, MT and you scroll the dates, the days across the top, and then you write in your hours, and it should be, I'd like you to do at least 5 hours a week. You can be successful in 5 hours a week at this. You only need one deal a month, and it doesn't take 20 hours to do a deal. And that would be, if you do 5 hours a week, that's 20 hours a month. So I really want you, at least 5 hours a week, if not 7 or 10 hours a week. And if you're retired and not doing any other job, you can put more hours into this. So those are the basics. But now remember, I talked about that it's a numbers game. So the numbers game comes down to your weekly KPIs. This is an ongoing something you have to commit to. Okay, so you can get trained up and feel like you're all ready and go through the 30 days. And then, but you got to do something every week. So what I would like you to do every week is do 25 phone calls every week. And now, I don't know what your marketing plan is, but you got to do something with marketing. And you don't necessarily have to send out direct mail. Direct mail can be very productive, and that's a real numbers game. Whatever marketing you're doing is a massive numbers game. So when we're talking about numbers game, we go back to your KPIs, your key performance indicators, which should be, I'd like you to make 25 phone calls every week. And in the beginning, before you have your first deal, at least 10 of those to sellers. Okay, and that's for sale by owner sellers generally, and not just in your area. I want you branching out into at least maybe 3 other cities. Okay, start looking at cities that have good cash flowing possibilities. I want you to look for properties that they cash flow according to the 1% rule, which is the rent that you can get equals at least 1% or more of the value of the property. So this should apply between the ranges of about 80,000 and 150,000. So I want you to find a market, and if it's not where you live, then you've got to find another market where you can buy houses between 80 and 150, and they're nice houses in nice areas that people want to live in them, and you can get at least 1% of the value in rent. Now, I'd like you to get closer to 1.5% because that will give you a really great cash flow. But again, coming down to the numbers game, how are you going to find these properties? You're going to just research them, and then you're going to just start calling. And once you start calling it in some area, you find out pretty quick what you're dealing with. So again, I'd like you to try to set a goal of talking to 10 sellers a week. And I mean, sometimes we are too easy on you guys and just say, oh, just make 10 calls a week, and they don't have to be sellers, just talk to realtors or wherever. I want you to be serious about this. It's a time to get serious. The market is shifting right now, and there's a lot of opportunity right now, but it won't always be like this. So 25, if you're looking at serious KPIs, you figure out how to make 25 phone calls a week. Now, a lot of those could be to realtors, those could be to referral sources, those could be to, calling a moving company and saying, hey, I buy and sell houses. Do you have any people who have asked, for you to price their job, but they haven't sold the house yet? I could help them move along. I buy houses for cash, and I also, I pay close to full price. That's the thing. Whenever you're developing a referral source, tell them you pay full price. I often pay full price. That's a key line when you're developing referral sources. Otherwise, they're going to be hesitant to give your name to, their business contacts or their aunt, because they're going to think you're going to come in and lowball them. That's the one thing I want you to make sure when you're asking for referrals, and then make sure you tell them that if you help anybody they send you, you'll pay $1,000. You'll give them $1,000. So your 25 calls, some of those will be to realtors. I used to say, and it used to be the case maybe a year ago or 6 months ago, that you didn't get a lot of rhythm back from realtors, not a lot of cooperation. That's because mostly realtors could throw the property on the market and get a cash offer and close within a month or two on pretty much any kind of house that wasn't a dump. So that's what now the world has changed, and there's agents sitting on listings, and they want to sell those listings, and they want to bring something. They haven't brought an offer to their seller for a month. They haven't even brought a showing to their seller for a month. And then you call and you offer them full price for the house, but all they have to agree to is taking monthly payments for a little while. Okay, so a lot of agents, you can get agents bringing you deals. That's where I want you to get. Last deal we got, an agent brought it to us. So, yes, you're going to have to pay some money down. It's not going to be a nothing down deal because you're going to have to pay your agent commission. But again, normally our offer, some of the people you're talking to are agents. Our normal offer on an agent deal is 10% down, 5% interest, 30-year term, balloon if desired. That's exactly how I write it. Okay, so guys, let's get serious. Let's get committed to our KPIs, committed to those phone calls. That's the most important part of your KPIs, is your phone calls. And so if you're making those calls, I know that you're making progress. You're talking to sellers, and it's all a numbers game, and you'll close deals down the road. So let's close a deal this weekend. I always like to encourage you guys on Friday to get on the phone and get an appointment for tomorrow morning. Get an appointment for Saturday. And don't forget to set your clocks back this weekend. It's daylight savings in pretty much the whole country except where we live. We're in Weird, Arizona, so Weird, Arizona does not have daylight savings, so we don't have to set our clocks back. But in relation to the rest of the country, you guys are all, and if you're calling us for your calls, for your coaching calls or mentoring calls or your deal club calls, don't change your time. Keep calling at the same time. We adjust for you because we're so nice. All right, guys, so awesome, great. So today, let's talk about our affirmation is, it's a numbers game. Just remember it's a numbers game, guys. So you got to put up the numbers. You got to put up the calls. The calls is the main thing. This is mainly a phone business. If you are on the phone making 25 calls a week, I know, following our scripts and following our steps, it's inevitable that you're going to have success. You're going to start closing deals. That's a given. So just use our scripts, stick to our scripts, stick to our steps, put in the time, at least 5 hours a week, and make 25 calls a week. Anything related to real estate. If you can't find enough sellers to call, you know, we have a whole system on developing referral sources. So if you want to start calling around, but you can always talk to realtors. There's a ton of realtors out there and a ton of listings that are over 30 days or price reduced that you can call on now. Okay, so it's a numbers game. That's going to be our affirmation. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. Yes. And remember, always do your affirmation 3 times like that with energy. And we always like to do our deep breathing too. So nice deep breath in. And always a big smile on your face. I went a little long today. Another deep breath in. Okay, one more. Big smile. That always starts your day right and loosens you up and gets you in the right mood. And so until I see you guys next, keep expecting success, taking action, and getting awesome training from us and great motivation from us. Keep showing up on Brunch with Brian. That always keeps you on the right track and keeps you focused on your success. So that's where we want you. So we'll see you on Monday.